Hello, everybody. Ian Robson. Welcome back to another episode of. Got my coffee here. Coffee with Ian. Very nice. All right. So, big thing to talk about, of course, is the Washington DLC, the latest DLC for American Truck Simulator. And there actually is another one. I was informed the other day. I guess it came out at the same time. I just never noticed it. It was the Forestry Machinery DLC, which is like a cargo pack. I think this one only gives you some. It gives you some specialized trailers. It gives you a headache rack for each cabin toy, hanging chainsaw toy, and that's it. The American Truck Simulator. Okay, cool. Whatever. D. Johnson, good morning. So I guess they added a couple things right at exactly the same time. They added the forest machinery cargo pack where you can haul forest machinery, and then they also added the Washington DLC. Now, I've really been enjoying the Washington DLC. It's been really good, actually. It's been very cool to see what they've added into it and to see how they have made it. It feels very different than the other states so far, which is what you want to see, right? You want to see the states being very different from one to the other, which is the whole idea of going from one state to the other state. So it's very cool to see how they've done that. I really think that is a neat. It's neat to see the transitions between the different areas. So, and also so far I've noticed the bridges in Washington are very distinct. I don't know if that is. I think that they did mention as they were developing through. As they were mentioning things in the development, they did mention them and show pictures of various bridges. So I'm assuming that is part of the plan, basically. So it does have that kind of aspect to it, where you see the couple different, very different style bridges. Like there's the one that was a steel trestle bridge. They also have some swing bridges there. I don't know if the bridges actually swing or not. I don't think they do. I don't know. It's possible, maybe they do, but it just says caution swing bridge. So it may actually swing. I don't know. At random times. The other thing they added, which was kind of interesting, was the random events or the detours. And I found the detours more frequent than I thought they were going to be. It seems like every time you drive somewhere, there's a detour. Well, the last 2 or 3 trips I've done, there's been like a detour every single time. So that's why I say I feel like there's been a detour like every time. But I've done like 3 trips, and I've had 3 detours just about. So I'm going to dial those down in the future because that seems a little frequent for me. And having to navigate around the detours is quite annoying sometimes, because often you can't really get around it without going what seems like hundreds of kilometers away from it, which probably in reality wouldn't be the case. Like in reality, you'd probably go on a side road and go around the main highway and come back onto the main road. At least that's how it works most of the time. Not always, but a lot of time here, that's what would happen. Like if let's say you're on Highway 7 and there's a detour, you have to go off Highway 7 on the side road and come back onto Highway 7. That's most commonly what happens. But there's not that many side roads in the game like that, where it would just be too difficult to have that capability, I think, because you'd have to have so many different side roads. And I don't know if they've done it so that they have the detours are at specific spots, or they're just randomized. I don't know if they could be anywhere along your route, basically. So that's what I'm not sure about. But yeah, that's what I've noticed so far about this. I'm just going to purchase this forestry machinery bundle, forestry machinery for myself before I forget about it again. There we go. And perfect. So yeah, that's what's been going down there. And they added a couple new trailers you can purchase as well, which has been nice. I was hoping to see like a heavy haul trailer that you could kind of customize, but we haven't seen that yet. I just think it'd be neat to be able to have a trailer that you could do that with. That's just me. I don't know. I still think the most versatile trailers are going to be the dry goods vans, or like a reefer trailer or insulated trailer, are probably the best ones to run on average, because there's always, any city you land in, there's always going to be something that you can take with that, as opposed to like specialized trailers like the chip van, for example, or like a heavy haul trailer, you're kind of limited to where you can actually get what items you can actually get with them. So that's been my experience thus far. So I think that it will be cool once they actually add some of those other trailers. I guess maybe they'll do that now that they've released the major releases. I guess they may later on they may opt to put some updates out there that have released some of those tweaks for various trailers. I don't know. Who knows? That's what I'm hoping for at least. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Other than that, the other big news that I noticed was, I guess, that the Hunter Call of the Wild has released some more news about what's going to be their next DLC. And I guess it's going to be a new map called Yukon Valley, it seems like. And in that map, they're going to have gray wolves, which is going to be interesting because that's one thing that people were talking about having in some of the other variations or some of the other maps that's already out there. So it would be cool to see if we can actually get that. It would be interesting because what happens is when you have a predator of any type, there's an element of fear, I guess, is what happens because you could theoretically get killed in the game at least by that predator. So that's kind of makes it kind of interesting in certain scenarios. Like there's been more than one occasion where I've been in like the Virunga Savannah map and the Hunter Call of the Wild, and I heard like a lion around and didn't know where it was, which made it a bit more interesting. So you had that kind of a heightened sense of emotions, looking for the lion, hoping that you don't get jumped on by the lion. So yeah, no release date on that yet, but it will be very cool to see how that plays out when it actually does get released. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. I'm really enjoying the Washington DLC, like I said before, and I'm very much enjoying the landscapes that I've seen in the game so far. They've done a really good job of having a lot of different areas. Like the pickup point and drop off points in Washington have been very interesting, actually. They've made some really unique areas, it feels like, which has been very cool to see. So yeah. Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me today. Hope you enjoyed. My name's Iain Robson. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Coffee with Iain. I'll catch you guys later.